Hey gamers, if you think you can be the fastest word slinger at the table, then you're going to want to check out Slingz from Blue Orange. Let's take a look at how it plays. In this game, players will start with 5 letter cards in their hand each round, and these will have, of course, the letter on them as well as a number of lightning bolts in the corner to show how many points the card is worth if it's still left in your hand at the end of the round. Players do not want to get points, so they want to get rid of as many cards as they can. To start out the round, you will reveal a category card, and then players will move as fast as they can to name things that fit the category. So it's furry, so I might say a bunny or a dog, but maybe another player gets in there as well and plays another letter. Once 3 cards have been played, whether they're all from the same person or from various players, that card will flip over into a new category, and then players will continue until somebody has run out of cards in their hand, and everybody else will score the lightning bolts that are still left in their hand. The first person to hit 40 will trigger the end of the game, and then the player with the least points wins. Overall, this was a pretty standard party game for me. You're just trying to get in there fast with your letters and get those words out there so that you can get as many points as possible out of your hand, hopefully not score anything for a round. I thought some of the categories were a little bit harder than others, and that always comes down to which letters you have in your hand. I almost think that some letters shouldn't have even been included. X is almost impossible to use for most of the categories, and Q and Z are absolutely no picnic either. But overall, you've seen it before, just trying to fast get all your cards played as much as you can, get the least points, all of that, and think of words that fit the category so that players aren't challenging you. But at the same time, I did think that challenging was difficult because of the nature of the speeding type of game here, so it was hard to pause and try and argue about what was a valid answer and what wasn't. And the way that scoring worked with only scoring what's left in your hand, so you're trying to run out of cards, only one player isn't scoring, it meant that like if you were taking turns in the group winning the rounds and scoring alternatively, then it was just going to be a little bit too long. It just overstayed its welcome just a little bit. I did decide after a couple of plays that taking the 40-point end game down to maybe 30, depending on the number of players, was a little bit better. It didn't go on nearly as long. So overall, again, pretty standard party game. It can definitely lead to a lot of laughs. So you're playing with the right people who really get into those categories, but you've probably seen it before. But if you like this type of game, then it's definitely worth checking out because it does have a lot of categories, so there is a lot of variety there. You can check out my full thoughts on the blog today.